These bands had everything: the talent, the momentum, the record deal. Some of them even had the hit song already on the radio. They were days away from becoming legends. Then they were just gone. Number 10 for Squirrels.
She lies in a bedpan.
For Squirrels were an alternative rock band out of Florida who had just released their debut album Example in 1995. Critics were drawing comparisons to REM. Radio stations were starting to spin their track, The Mighty KC, a song that, if you listen to it today, sounds exactly like what would have been all over alternative radio in 1996.
By the grace of God, go wide.
Then on September 8, 1995, the band's van blew a rear tire and overturned on I-95. Their lead singer, bassist, and tour manager were killed instantly. Number 9. The God Machine. This San Diego trio had built a massive following in Europe through sheer force. Their sound was heavy, cinematic, almost terrifying at times. Shoegaze with teeth. By 1994, their second album, One Last Laugh in a Place of Dying, was about to drop, and they were expected to finally cross back into the American market. Then bassist and vocalist Jimmy Fernandez died of a brain hemorrhage. Just like that, one of the most underrated bands of the decade was gone. Number 8. Acid Bath. Out of Louisiana, Acid Bath pioneered what we now call sludge metal. Slow, crushing, deeply unsettling. Albums like When the Kite String Pops were genuinely ahead of their time. By 1997, they had a ferociously loyal fan base and were recording new music. Then a drunk driver killed bassist Audie Pitre. The band dissolved, and a genre lost one of its founding pillars. Number 7. 7 Year Bitch. In the early 90s, the all-female Seattle punk band 7 Year Bitch was right at the center of the underground explosive scene. Raw, political, and unapologetically loud. Co-founding lead guitarist Stephanie Sargent was a key creative force behind their razor-sharp sound, but tragically passed away from a heroin overdose in June 1992, just weeks after finishing their debut album, Sick 'Em. Choosing to persevere through the devastating loss, the band recruited a new guitarist and went on to release 2 more powerful studio albums, including 1994's Viva Zapata, leaving behind a fierce legacy cut far too short. Number 6. Snot. Lynn Strait was a force of nature, charismatic, unhinged in the best possible way, and fronting one of the most exciting bands in nu metal. Their debut Get Some was being praised everywhere. After Ozfest, every major label was watching. A second album was already being written. On December 11, 1998, Strait was killed in a car accident. He was 30 years old. His dog Dobbs, who served as the band's mascot and famously graced the front cover of Get Some, died alongside him. In 1999, surviving members and an all-star lineup of rock icons recorded a tribute album and was released in 2000. Number 5. The Gits. On July 7, 1993, Mia Zapata, lead singer of the Gits, was found strangled in a deserted alleyway located in Seattle's Central District. She was 27. She had been walking home alone. The Seattle music community was devastated. Another chain, it's what I can't forget, something I cannot break. Joan Jett, who had been working with the band, helped pay for a private investigator. It took 10 years before DNA evidence led to a conviction. Mia Zapata was one of the most electrifying punk vocalists of her generation. The Gits were critics' darlings, and someone took all of that away in one night. Number 4. Mother Love Bone.
Crazy, crazy. I'm the boy.
Andrew Wood was magnetic. He had the charisma of a 70s rock god wrapped in flannel and glam. Mother Love Bone blended the swagger of classic rock with the darkness of the Pacific Northwest scene that would soon take over the world.
San Francisco, where the flowers bloom.
Their debut album, Apple, was ready. Then on March 19, 1990, Andrew Wood died of a heroin overdose. He was 24. Two members of Mother Love Bone, Jeff Ament and Stone Gossard, went on to form Pearl Jam. Think about how good Pearl Jam is. Now imagine what this band could have been. Number 3. Blind Melon. Shannon Hoon was goofy, charming, and one of the most naturally gifted vocalists of the alternative era. Their debut album announced them as genuine contenders. But their second album, Soup, released in 1995, was where they were really starting to evolve.
See, I got a lot of beans around, and they're peeking through.
More complex, more personal, more daring. Critics noticed. Fans were growing. And then on October 21, 1995, Shannon Hoon was found dead on the tour bus in New Orleans. Cocaine overdose. He was 28.
And when your deepest thoughts are broken, yeah, you gotta keep dreaming, boy.
Soup is now a cult classic, a monument to a band just finding its true voice. Number 2. Sublime.
Practice Santeria, I ain't got no crystal ball.
Bradley Nowell spent years building something that nobody could quite categorize. Ska, punk, reggae, hip-hop, beach vibes, and pure chaos all blended together.
Ah, baby, what I really wanna say, I can't.
By 1996, their self-titled album was finished and ready to go. On May 25, 1996, Nowell died of a heroin overdose. He was 28. 2 months later, Sublime dropped.
Gonna make it hard to live. Big salty tears rolling down to your chin.
What I Got became a smash hit. Santeria. Wrong Way. The album went 5x platinum. Bradley Nowell's never heard any of it. He was 2 months from seeing everything he'd worked for finally arrive. Number 1. Jeff Buckley.
This is our last goodbye.
His 1994 debut, Grace, is consistently ranked among the greatest albums ever recorded. His cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah is the definitive version for an entire generation. He had a vocal range that made trained musicians stop and stare. By 1997, he was recording his second album in Memphis. On May 29th, he waded into the Wolf River Harbor, fully clothed, singing Led Zeppelin, and he never came back out. He was 30. We got one complete studio album. Imagine a career. Imagine 10 more albums. Imagine Jeff Buckley at 50, at 60, what he would have become. We'll never know. 10 bands, 10 voices, 10 futures that never got written. These people made something real, and then they were gone before the world fully caught up to them. The least we can do for music that almost didn't exist is make sure it's never forgotten.